One evening, a taxi driver discovers a solitary child at the roadside. He escorts her to the police, with no inkling of how this simple act of compassion is destined to transform his entire life. Filled with anticipation to reunite with his wife, David Gideon yearned to reach the comfort of his abode. The chilly night had set in, and his singular desire was to sink into his plush armchair, relishing a meal while indulging in some mindless television entertainment. However, fate had other plans for David that extended his night beyond expectation. Cruising down the dimly lit road, his attention was abruptly seized by a motion catching his eye near the roadside just ahead. Then his headlights brought everything into focus. It was a little girl in blue jeans and a white sweater. She looked very young, maybe 7 or 8. What could she be doing out here? David wondered. David pulled over and got out of the car. He approached the child slowly, careful not to frighten her. "Excuse me, little girl," he said. "Where are your parents? Were you in an accident?" The girl jumped at the sound of David's voice, and her big eyes opened even wider. "No," she said. "My parents, they left me. They said they'd come back, so I've been waiting." "Well, come along with me," David said gently. "I'll take you to the police station." On the drive to the police station, the child sat in the back seat as quiet as a mouse. David had never seen a child that still. She didn't even look out of the car windows at the lights when they drove into town. At the police station, she refused to speak and wouldn't even tell them her name. "All I know is that she said her parents abandoned her by the side of the road," David told the officers. "I don't know much about kids," he admitted. "My wife and I couldn't have any. But there's something wrong with this child." When David got home that day, he told his wife Jenny about the little girl. "You must go back and see what happened to her, David," she said. "Poor thing, she must be terrified." The next day, before he started work, David went to the police station and asked about the girl. "Well," the officer said, "we solved the mystery. Her name is Rita Silver, and she ran away from her foster home." "So the whole being abandoned story was a lie?" asked David, shocked. "Not exactly," the officer said. "Rita was abandoned by the side of a road near a gas station about 5 years ago. She's just a very unlucky little girl." David told Jenny that Rita had run away from foster care and that she had been abandoned when she was 5 years old. "Oh, David," Jenny said, "I wish we could help this child." "What about if we tried to qualify as foster parents?" David asked. "You're a nursery school teacher. Surely that will help." Jenny wasn't sure, but she and David went down to Child Services and had a chat with Rita's social worker. "I'm at the end of my rope with Rita," she confessed. "Wherever I place her, she runs away." "Maybe we could try?" asked Jenny shyly. "It would be just her, not a bunch of other children, and we do our best." It took over 6 months for the Gideons to qualify, but finally, Rita was allowed to go home with them. "Rita," David said, "if you are ever unhappy with us, tell us and we will take you back. You don't have to run away." "It's just that my mom might come looking for me," Rita whispered. "And she will think, what if she can't find me?" "I tell you what," Jenny said. "We will write a letter and leave it at the orphanage and with the social worker so your mom will know where to find you, okay?" Rita was delighted with the idea. As time went on, she stopped being so obsessed with her mother's return and started to act like a happy, normal little girl. By the time she was 17, she and the Gideons were talking about formalizing their relationship through adoption. "You are my mom and dad," Rita said. "I'd be proud to have your name." Jenny and David wept for joy at hearing Rita's words, but those happy days would soon be threatened by an unexpected visitor, Rita's biological mother. "Rita, honey," Gail Silver said, "Mommy's come to take you home." Once, Rita would have been delighted to see her mother, but she was now 17, not 7. "Why did you come to fetch me? Why now?" "Why, sweetie," Gail said, smiling widely. "Because I love my baby girl, that's why." "You dumped me 10 years ago," Rita pointed out. "So what's changed now?" Gail looked uneasy. "Now Rita, don't be unkind to your mama," she said. "I left you 'cause I had no money, but now your granddaddy died and he was rich." "So you inherited his money?" asked Rita. "Well," Gail hesitated. "Not exactly, honey bunch. He left it to you in a trust fund. But Mama's gonna make sure you get everything that's coming to you. You'll be rich, baby girl. That money is all yours, all yours." Gail's sudden reappearance stirred an unsettling atmosphere among the Gideons. Tensions escalated, particularly as Gail persisted that Rita accompany her to the attorney handling her deceased father's estate for her rightful inheritance. "Take heed, Rita," David cautioned his daughter, yet her response was a serene smile as she bid him farewell with a kiss. Upon reaching the lawyer's chambers, her identity was verified and the legal papers were presented. These terms state that your trust fund remains under your guardian's jurisdiction until your 18th birthday, merely 6 months from now, the lawyer detailed. Gail interjected persuasively, "Seal it, dear. Let's venture into town for a shopping spree. You deserve the world." Rita declined, asserting, "My father's wisdom insists we scrutinize before signing. Alter guardian to court-appointed guardian, then I'll endorse." Impatience led Rita to exclaim, "Just make the change already." After the document was revised and reprinted, Rita meticulously initialed each page before signing. Swiftly clutching the paper, she addressed the lawyer. "The funds are under my discretion until I'm 18. Thus, hand it over." "Apologies," Rita replied composedly, "but my court-appointed guardians, David and Jenny Gideon, shall oversee my trust fund, not you." In a furious outcry, Gail bellowed, "How dare you? I'm your mother, you owe me." Rita's response was resolute, "You offered nothing, so that's precisely what you'll receive, nothing."